So what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, it's pretty obvious what we're doing. I decided not to make a separate video for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Utah Jazz side of things. Instead, we're going to be a video where we rebuild both teams in the same video. We will be starting with the Cleveland Cavaliers, given that their window is much sooner. And then once we get them a championship, we will be transitioning to the Utah Jazz. So what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to NBA 2K22. Now I know I'm a day late, but I wanted to get this right and be able to include both teams in the one video. I figured it's a great way to kill two birds with one stone and saves me from uploading the same thing twice, essentially. So we are playing on a share scenario today, so you can see that the creator has done a pretty good job. Donovan Mitchell obviously here on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he has also gone ahead and done all the necessary picks, swaps, and trades. So just before we get into this, I think I might be in the minority and I might be about to say something controversial again, so sue me. But I think this trade, while obviously good for both teams, I'm not 100% sure how necessary it was. Now hear me out. What I mean by that is I'm probably in the minority when I say this. I do believe Donovan Mitchell is an overrated basketball player. To me, I see a 6'1" guard who can't play the point guard position because his playmaking isn't up to scratch, but also is no longer a willing defender from what we've seen recently. And to me, his biggest and arguably only really elite skill is being able to score. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, the goal of the game is to score more points than the other team. However, I just think if he's not giving them defense, he's not giving them playmaking, he's undersized, he's obviously not rebounding. If all he's doing is scoring, that's obviously good for a team like Cleveland, where he's surrounded by good defenders in Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. So this might be a really good fit, but here's the most controversial part of what I have to say. I don't know how far off Colin Sexton will be from Donovan Mitchell in the next 2 to 3 seasons. Now, what I mean by that is Colin Sexton has already shown he can score. He can do so fairly efficiently, and I think now that he's going to be in a situation where he is able to be the number one option and he is the go-to guy, he will be able to prove a lot of people wrong and show that he is on a bargain of a contract. Now, I don't know if he's going to be a lot better than Donovan Mitchell, but I can definitely see him being the same mold of player in the next 3 seasons, which I believe is how long Donovan Mitchell has left on his contract, and then also a player option which he will most likely decline. Now, we will talk about the Utah side of things once we get into their rebuild, but I do like this at the current time for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think if he's able to just score and do his thing and be surrounded by good defenders, it will be a good fit. But all I'm saying is I think Colin Sexton, if they had the patience to wait and develop him a little bit more, could have been on a similar level. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that because obviously he would have been behind a lot more guys than he will be in Utah, so I guess we'll see how his career pans out over the next couple of seasons, but regardless, I am excited to get into this. So the rotation for the first season is going to look like Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen, as I'm sure you've seen a million times already from other YouTubers. But off the bench, we will still have Ricky Rubio, Kevin Love, Karis LeVert, and Robin Lopez, I guess. I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate, so I think we will go ahead and throw Cedi Osman in the 9-man minutes instead. Now, I did want to start Ricky Rubio for whatever reason. I don't know why, but we will definitely be going ahead and starting Darius Garland. Now, I do think I will accelerate this a little bit, so I don't know if I'll wait super long to make a trade. I think I do want to fill in that small forward position because I don't know if I can wait for Okoro to develop, because I would like to get the Utah Jazz side of things started sooner rather than later because they are on a longer schedule. We will go to a perimeter-centric system proficiency because that's 4 stars over the 3-star defensive system. Now, we will start simulating just as we usually do, but if I do think there is a trade to be made at the deadline to speed things up, I will look into it. But also just because they've gotten Donovan Mitchell, we might want to see how they perform. I've seen mixed things. Sometimes in the first year of the sim, they're really good. Sometimes they're not so good. So we will just go ahead and start, and I will see if there's anything worth stopping for. I will be with you guys shortly. Alrighty, so we're here at the end of the season. Luka Doncic is your MVP. He averages a 30-point triple-double because of course he does. Obviously didn't count these rookies as second-year players. Russell Westbrook wins 6th Man of the Year on my Lakers, which obviously he will be starting next to Patrick Beverley at this stage, which is a whole nother can of worms. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year, Tyrese Most Improved, and Budenholzer wins Coach of the Year. So you can see we did drop down to the 8th seed, which is a little heartbreaking because we will have to play the play-in tournament and probably lose in that. And sadly, we do not have anyone on an All-NBA team. So going into this, we have the Indiana Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. We will just go ahead and check how everyone finished the season. So Darius Darius still gave us about 18 and 8 on elite efficiency. Donovan gave us about 21 and 5 on really good efficiency. Isaac Okoro, 10 on 47% from the field, not too bad. 3-point percentage leaves a little bit to be desired. Evan Mobley in his first year technically gives us 14, 7 and 2 blocks. Good efficiency from the field, can definitely get that up from 3-point range and the line. Jared Allen was good too. He actually hit 34% of his 3-pointers, which again, I'm sure is misleading. So he did actually hit 26 of them, which isn't bad, but I'm not sure if we want him taking that many. I might have to lower his 3-point tendency. And then off the bench, Ricky Rubio, 7 points, 7 assists, really good. Kevin Love, 12 points on 43% from 3. We did give him a 2-year extension. Karis LeVert gave us about 12.5. He upped his 3-point percentage, which I love to see, and Jetty Osman was solid too. So for the playoffs, we're going to go ahead and shorten this. We will go about 12 to Jetty Osman, about 18 to Karis LeVert, 20 to Kevin Love, and 20 to Ricky Rubio also. So for the starters, we will definitely go ahead and up Evan Mobley and Jared Allen to about 34 apiece. We'll go about 37 to Donovan Mitchell and 37 to Darius Garland. 28 to Okoro is fine for now, and our system proficiency has moved up to 4.5 stars. So you'll love to see it. We have the Indiana Pacers in round 1. So they have Tyrese, Buddy Hield, Terry Taylor, O'Shea Brissett, and Miles Turner. Another team I would like my Lakers to make a trade with. I would love Buddy Hield and Miles Turner on that roster. But I can definitely see Indiana trying to run it back and make the playoffs again, because you know how they are over there. So we will just go ahead and see if we can win this game to advance to the playoffs. It's looking good for us. And as long as we don't blow it, which we actually might, we won't, I don't think. So we do go ahead and win that game. So we go ahead and win by 12 points. They're led by Miles Turner with 31 points, which is a phenomenal effort from him. But I think if he's your leading scorer, you're definitely not going to win that game. Donovan did give us 39 and 7 assists after I said he's not a good playmaker. He shot phenomenal from the field and from 3 and from the line. So just all around great shooting performance. Evan Mobley, really good stuff too. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Really good efficiency too. Darius gave us 14 and 14. I'm not sure what's up with his shot tendency. I might have to have a look at that. I mean, 15 shots is a decent amount, but I would like him taking up to 20 shots, just similar to what Donovan's doing. They can both have around 20. Jared Allen was good, and Kevin Love gave us a double-double off the bench. So we do make the playoffs. We are the 7th seed, so we're going against Milwaukee in the first round. Did we want to lower any more minutes going into the actual playoffs? I don't think so. I think we'll keep it as is for now. So I would imagine they have the same team as they do in real life currently. I doubt they made any trades. Drew Holiday, Pat Connaughton, Chris Middleton, Giannis, Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez. So yeah, same team, but they're starting Bobby Portis as their 5 instead of Brook, and they have Giannis at the 4. So we will go ahead and simulate this round. I don't have all the hope in the world for it, but we will see what happens. So we do actually go ahead and win game 1 by 10 points. Giannis goes off in that game. However, Donovan Mitchell goes off for us too. And so does Evan Mobley. And Isaac Okoro has a really good game too. You love to see it. So can we go ahead and actually win game 2? I doubt it. And we... So when you don't think you're going to win, you do. When you do, you don't. I don't even know if I said that properly, but you know what I mean. So Drew Holiday has 18 points. And again, if Drew's your leading scorer, you're probably not going to win that game. Giannis has 16. So we actually contained him a little bit. For us, it was a balanced scoring effort. But I do think going into this season, the Cavs have a good chance of maybe not contending in the East, but being a really solid team. And they definitely have the front court to defend Giannis, probably one of the best in the league to do so. So we will go ahead and simulate game 3. If we can go up 3-0, that'll be phenomenal. We actually do. This is hilarious. So that was a closer game. Darius gives us 29 and 11. Giannis actually hasn't gone too crazy. So that might be the Mobley Jared Allen effect. And I feel like we might blow a 3-0 lead, but knock on wood, we don't. Can we go ahead and sweep? We can. We actually sweep the Bucks. Not these current defending champions, but the ones from the year before. So Donovan gives us 43 in a closeout game. So I guess if he is doing stuff like that, again, I'm going to have to wish-wash on what I said. But again, I think he's a little bit overrated as a player. I definitely don't think he's worth what the Jazz were asking for him, but happy for Cleveland, man. I think it will be a good fit regardless. So in round 2, we are going against Philly, so I would imagine they also have the same team. DeAnthony Melton, of course, James Harden, Daniel House, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. So are they not? I guess they have Tyrese Maxey coming off the bench, I would imagine. So let's just go ahead and simulate game 1, see if that's the case. We actually win that game too, dude. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so they do still have Tyrese Maxey. He was really good for them. He had 20 points off the bench. Wouldn't be surprised if they move him into a starting role. Now, it looks like Donovan Mitchell's carrying us. If you saw the Heat rebuild I did, it was a similar case. So we do go up 2-0, dude. This is insane. We're actually 6-0 in the playoffs right now. So Embiid goes off. Donovan's just carrying us right now. So I already have to take back what I said as we're up 3-0. So Donovan 31 again. Obviously, this is 2K giving me luck for once. And we sweep them, dude. That's insanity. We're 8-0 in the playoffs as a 7 seed. And it looks like we're going against Toronto. And on the other side of the bracket on the West, it is Minnesota and Portland and New Orleans and Dallas. So I don't even know what to say, man. I'm speechless. So Donovan, again, 29 points, our leading scorer. Let's just go ahead and simulate this round. I don't think we're going to win the finals just because 2K would not let me have that in the first year. But we are going against the Raptors, who still have the same suspects. So Freddie, Gary, OG, Pascal, and Precious. Let's just go ahead and simulate game 1, see what happens. I don't want to mess up the mojo, and we're still undefeated in the playoffs, dude. Don't tell me I don't have to do anything for this side of things. So Jared Allen gives us 23 and 15. Scotty Barnes gives them 21. So we'll go ahead and see who wins game 2. We're still undefeated in the playoffs. I don't know what's happening, dude. I have not touched the sliders. This is insane. So Freddie gives them 26 and Donovan gives us 25, 8, and 7. Doing a bit of everything like I said he couldn't because of course. You can see here everything's on 50. So I really don't know what's going on. We'll go ahead and see if we can win game 3. And there's our first loss of the playoffs. So I think we lost by 2. It's a close one. But I have a feeling, as Freddie goes off, I have a feeling this is the beginning of the end for us. Yep, so they're tied up. Let's just go ahead and see. They got 3-2. We're going to lose in 6. Oh, we actually win a game, so we are forcing a game 7, and I do feel like we could beat Minnesota in the finals. So Donovan, 25. I will go ahead and shorten the rotation for this last game. We'll drop Jetty down to 10 minutes, Karras down to about 15, Kevin Love down to about 18. How's Ricky Rubio been? He's been shooting well from 3, but not from the field. How's Kevin Love been? 9 points, so similar sort of stuff there. So we'll get 18 to Kevin Love and 20 to Rubio. So we have 7 extra minutes to play with. How's Isaac Okoro been? 12-3. So he's been really good. He's actually 50-40-90 in the playoffs. Darius giving us about 18. So we definitely get Spider up to about 40 because he has been our best player. About 39 to Garland, and we'll go 30 to Okoro. So let's go ahead and simulate this one with Simcast. And so we start off looking good. We're up a little bit. We choke there going into the second. It's back and forth. I don't want to lose this game. So we are up by 9 towards the end of the third quarter. If we can win this, I would be very happy. So we're up by 10 in the fourth, and they take the lead. Of course they do. We take it back, 3-point game. As long as they don't hit a 3, we're good, and we get out of there. We're in the NBA Finals in the first year without making any changes. The only thing I did do is actually change the system proficiency, which I guess I've seen a few guys try this rebuild already, like 6 Rings of Steel, and Kenny's done a sim as well. But I think I might have maybe just picked the right system proficiency, I suppose, for this team. So again, Donovan gives us 36 and 6. So as soon as I started talking trash, he goes ahead and proves me wrong. So let's see if Minnesota is the team that can finally put an end to our streak. So Edwards is an 85, Cat's a 90, Gobert's an 89, Gobert. D'Lo's an 84, and Jalen Noel is a 78. So you know from my rebuild of that team, they are also really good in the sim. So we will see who wins game 1, which they do. So I have a feeling this was maybe all for nothing. I don't want to say that, but I just have a bad feeling. So I think we are okay to go ahead and simulate one more game without making any minute changes. They do go up 2-0. So let's see what happened there. So they blew us out in both games actually. So was it Cat had 36 in game 2, and game 1 D'Lo had 32. So I would say those matchups actually aren't too bad for us, but I will just go ahead and see if we can do anything, maybe shortening the minutes even more so. So we'll go about, how's Jetty Osman even been? So 50, he's actually been pretty good. So we'll give him 8 minutes. Karras has been good as well, but we'll go ahead and dump him down to 12 minutes. Kevin Love, he's been shooting really well. How's Rubio been? He's not been as good. So we will go ahead and swap those two. We'll go about 15 there. We'll leave him at 18, and then we'll go ahead and up these guys. We'll give 40 there. We'll go about 37 there, 37 there. And then Okoro has still been good, so we'll go those 3 minutes there. So let's go ahead and see if we can actually win a game against them, which we do. So we win by 1 point. You got to win the close games. That's really good for us. Jalen Noel is their leading scorer. Can we go ahead and tie it up 2-2? Nope, they go up 3-1. Of course they do. So let's just go ahead and simcast this game, see if we do get eliminated here. I have a feeling that will be the case, and they have gone up by 5. I don't think we'll be catching them, unfortunately. Oh, did I speak too soon? No, we did lose that game. So no real shock there. I mean, apart from from us actually making the finals, which was really good. But we will go ahead and see if we can make some upgrades in the offseason, because now we know we are able to get there. So we will go ahead and take Matthew Cleveland with our second round pick. So it looks like he's a good defender and he shot well from 3 in his college season. And we will go ahead and take Rocco Prakicin with our other second round pick. So here's your draft summary. Scoot goes first, Victor second to the OKC Thunder, and Nick Smith goes third. So we will go ahead and sign both of these guys. We will pick up the option on Isaac Okoro, but not Dean Wade. We will go ahead and make this trade with the Memphis Grizzlies. We're giving them Isaac Okoro and Karis LeVert for Desmond Bane and Tyus Jones. They finished as the 8th seed. They weren't very good. So we're going to go ahead and shake things up for them. They're going to go ahead and shake things up for us. We're essentially swapping 2 good players, one young one and then one older one. So we will go ahead and accept this trade. It might make things better for the both of us. So Desmond Bane is going to go ahead and slide over to our 3 spot. Cam Johnson and Dario Saric. I didn't want to do that because we already have Kevin Love, but we will go ahead and accept that, and we're going to make Cam Johnson a small forward. So for next season, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're looking good. We will go ahead and go to the next season. Alrighty, so going into next season, play progression is looking like Darius Garland's up 2, Donovan's down 1 for no reason, Jared Allen's up 1, Mobley's up 3, Bane's up 3, Kevin Love's down 1, Ty stays the same, Cam's down 1 because I changed his position, and everyone else is looking solid. So we will go ahead and go into the next season. Alrighty, so the rotation going into the next season is going to be Darius, Donovan, Desmond Bane, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, with Tyus Jones, Kevin Love, Cameron Johnson, and Jetty Osman off the bench. The rest of those guys will not be playing. We're still at 4.5 star system proficiency. So hopefully this is a season where we can win it all and move on to the Jazz. I'll see you guys shortly. So remember when I said in a few seasons Colin Sexton would be better than Donovan Mitchell? I'm not going to accept this obviously, but they offered us Sexton back for D Mitch and they're 1 overall different. So I guess we'll see what happens in real life. So season's wrapped. We are the 3 seed, which is a major improvement on last season. Luka goes back-to-back. Victor wins Rookie of the Year. Daniel Gafford, Chet Holmgren, Jeremy Sohan, and Rick Carlisle. We did get Evan Mobley on defensive second team, but nobody on the All-NBA teams. So going into this, we are going to be actually the 3 seed. I thought it said 4 seed. Maybe I'm just blind, but that is all good. So our leading scorers, Darius Garland had 21 and 8.5 on really good efficiency. So similar stuff from Donovan. His points did go down a little bit, 48-41 splits. Desmond Bane gave us about 16 on really good efficiency. Evan gave us 15 and 8, 2 blocks on good efficiency. Getting better from 3 too, which I like to see. Jared Allen gave us 57% from the field, 26% from 3. I did forget to lower his 3-point tendency. I'll do that before we get into the playoffs. But 15 and 10 is really good with 2 blocks. And then off the bench, Tyus Jones gave us 11 and 6, elite 6-man numbers. Kevin Love gave us 10-4 on good efficiency, especially from 3. Cam Johnson gave us 10 on 50, 40, almost 90 splits. And Jetty Osman gave us about 6 and 2 on good efficiency also. So Jared Allen actually has a 0 3-point tendency, so I'm a little confused as to why he's taking so many, because if that's at 0, none of these should really matter, but I guess maybe he's just getting really good open looks in the corner from Darius Garland. So for the playoffs, what do we want to do here? So Jetty was good, but I do like playing the starters more minutes, as you know. So we'll do something like this to begin with. We'll definitely up Desmond Bane to about 32, Darius up to about 39. We do actually need some more minutes. So we might go 22 there, 19 there. We'll go about 40, 36, 32, 30. So I do actually need to take away a lot more minutes from the bench because I like the starters, as I said, to be playing closer to 40. So we'll go about 33 there to those guys, 33 to Bane, and 39 to Mitchell. So we'll go ahead and see in round 1. We have the 76ers again. We beat them last year. Can we do that again? So they are starting the same 5 except for Thibault, I believe. So we will go ahead and see if we can get out of this round. Game 1, we do win by a landslide. Darius gives us 57 and 9 and Donovan gives us 25. I love to see it. So game 2, we win, and can we just go ahead and sweep them? We can't, but we do win in 5 gentlemen's sweep. So now we have Atlanta, who I can't remember if we faced or not, but they did actually offer me DeJounte Murray in a trade for like 2 of our role players, which I thought was crazy. But he's up to a 90, Trey's a 95, so that's a little bit scary for us. They definitely have the better top-end talent. I think overall as a team we might be better, but they are the 2 seed, so we will go ahead and see what happens. Game 1, they win. Game 2, we win. Trey has 31 and 15. Darius has 29 and 14. Battle of the point guards, the small point guards. So can we go ahead and go up 2-1? We can't. Can we make it 2-2? We can. So 137 to 141. So these have all been very close, high scoring games. Indiana is somehow the 1 seed. I've been seeing that a lot recently in the sim where they turn it around really quickly, which obviously I don't think is the craziest realistic thing in the world. So Jetty's actually shooting really efficiently. So is Cam. Kevin could be better, and Tyus Jones has been really good. So we might actually go ahead and swap those two. We'll go about 13 there, 15 there, gives us a few more minutes. We'll go 40 to Donovan, who's also been really good, shooting really well. Darius is going off, 16 there, 15 there. So we might go 35 and 34 to those guys. And then Bane is good at 33. So can we go ahead and go up 3-2? We can. So we do win by 30, and we defend them really well. We contain pretty much everyone on the roster. And then Darius goes off 430. So can we just go ahead and win game 5? No, of course not. They tied up 3-3. So we're going to a game 7. It was a shootout, 150 to 147. We lost by 3. So let's just go ahead and I guess simcast this. We'll see. We're not at home, we're in Atlanta. So can we go ahead and win this series? We're up by 10. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a blowout, knock on wood, unless we blow this, which if we blow this, I'm going to be very upset because 2K is just playing with my heart right now. Okay, it does end up in a blowout. So I'd love to see that. So we are going back to the conference finals at least, and Darius Garland gives us 35 and 5. So I was going to say I'd rather face Indiana because, you know, Boston in the sim, they're scary. So they're Brogdon, Brown, Tatum, Williams, and Williams. The same team they have in real life. And it looks like we might have to face Minnesota again if we can make it out of this round. So game 1, we do win. Darius Garland goes off. Game 2, we do win. Game 3, we do win. And game 4, we win. So we sweep them. I was worried about them. If we have Memphis, we did make that trade with them, and we do. So it's the Desmond Bane Revenge series. So they are starting Okoro and LeVert. They still have Jaren Jackson and Ja. So I think overall we're a better team. So obviously Ja's a little bit better than Garland. I think Garland is playing like a 90, maybe even higher. So we're close in the point guard battle. We win the shooting guard battle, the small forward battle. I would say we would win the power forward battle. It's 1 overall, but you can argue that in real life. I'd probably take Mobley at this point. And then Jarrett Allen on Tillman. So we'll go ahead and see who wins game 1, in which we do. So Darius gives us 24 and 9. Game 2, sorry, did I say game 2? I meant game 1, but game 2 now. Not sure if I did that, but they do tie it up 1-1. Close game, 2-point game. Ja goes off for 33 and 12. Can we go up 2-1? We can. So another 6-point game. It's all been very close. Ja gives them 33 and 10. Garland gives us 45 and 8. Can we go up 3-1? Of course not. They tied up 2-2. So they have been close games. We will go ahead and just see how everyone's doing so far because it is the finals. So in the NBA finals, it's obviously been Garland and Mitchell. So 26 from Garland, 22 from Mitchell, and then 16.5 from Jarrett Allen. He's also giving us 11 rebounds, shooting really well from the field, and 2.5 blocks. Mobley's been giving us 15 on not the greatest efficiency, which is a little bit concerning. Desmond Bane also 13 points on not the best efficiency. And then Kevin Love has been really good actually. So Tyus Jones has been giving us 6 and 5 on 40%, 20% from 3. So we do have some changes to make. I'll be right back. So we will go ahead and give 2 extra minutes to Kevin Love. Take 1 more minute off Cam Johnson, and Tyus Jones will go 1 more to Jarrett Allen and 1 more to Darius Garland. I don't know how big of a difference that'll make, but can we go up 3-2? We can. Cool. So again, a 2-point game. This whole series, each game feels like it's been decided by like 2 points. So we'll go ahead and simcast this, see if we can close it out in 6. We are in Memphis. I would really like for that to be the case because we can move on to the Jazz, but knock on wood, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. It's a tie game in the 3rd. It looks like they're up. They're going to run away with it. Going to a game 7. All right, so I am going to actually go ahead and remove all of Jetty Osman's minutes, even though he's been good. Cam Johnson, 44%, 47% there. So we'll keep something like that. We might actually go 18 there. We'll go 42 to these guys, 35 there, 36, 36. We'll actually up those 2 guys up to 38. Alrighty, so tied up 3-3. We are going to a game 7. We will go ahead and simcast this one. We are at home. Can we just go ahead and win? We're down by 2. We're up by 3, tie game, back and forth. Let's just see what happens going into the fourth quarter, and we're up by 10. It looks like we're going to win, and we do. So we win the NBA Finals in year 2 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jared Allen's actually your Finals MVP, nice. So now we will be transitioning to the Utah Jazz for the 3rd season. So it looks like they are still in the lottery. They're the 14th overall pick, which is nice for us. At least we have a lottery pick. Will Hardy is the coach over here. So we are here at the 14th overall pick. They still have Sexton, Vanderbilt, Markkanen, so that's fine. They're the only guys I really wanted to make sure were still on the team. So Sexton is up to an 87, so he's actually pretty much as high as Mitchell, as I said. So we will go ahead and see who is still on the board. So Killian Malawi is still here. Not sure if I said that right. Ron Holland, Tyler Smith, Omaha Belu. I don't really know much about this class at all, so we will just go ahead and I guess take the best guy available. Do we actually need another shooting guard, though, is the question. I suppose Sexton could play the point guard. He did give them 5 assists, so very similar numbers to Donovan, which is quite funny. Although they did take Jaden Bradley in 2022 with the 16th overall pick, so I believe that is a class late. So we are actually going to go ahead and take Omaha Belu here with our 14th overall pick, so he can be our center of the future. And so you can see your draft summary there. So we will go ahead and sign him. He's a 77 overall. And I did see that Mike Conley is a free agent, which is good news. We will accept the option on Malik Beasley. We will decline the option on Mike Conley. And Jordan Clarkson accepts his player option. We will accept the options on those 2 guys. So going into moratorium, we do have Mike Conley as a free agent and Bojan Bogdanovic. Now, in real life, they're probably going to get traded. So what I might do is just give them a 1-year deal. We'll call it a sign and trade, or we can pretend they had a year left on their deal. So we will go ahead and sign them just to a 1-year deal to the cheapest we can get them on. So $8 million there. And we might actually keep Conley around for 1 more year just as a bridge year. So we will give him a 1+1 team option for about 10 mil. And we'll keep it at a bird rate because he doesn't want to accept a front-loaded deal. So we will go ahead and sign both those guys, but we will be moving Bogdanovic probably for a pick if we can get one. And Desmond Bane's actually a free agent. Look at that. So it doesn't look like the Cavs are even going to bring him back, which is quite disappointing. He is restricted though, so they'll most likely match it, I would imagine. And we might as well go ahead and bring back Noah on a 3-year deal worth about 12 mil. So he does accept that. We'll see if Moses Brown accepts the QO. And I think we will just go ahead, simulate a few more days into free agency. We will go ahead and see if we can move Bogdanovic to another team for a pick, most likely a contending team. So the Clippers would make sense. They're going to give us a young player and a 1st-round pick. The Grizzlies would give us 2 1st-round picks. I actually might like that a bit more because we've seen what Danny Ainge is like with his picks. So we might actually do this Grizzlies trade. We also get a Warriors pick, so we will go ahead and send them Bojan Bogdanovic. So for next season, our rotation is looking like Conley and Bradley, Sexton and Beasley. We'll also want to find some minutes for Okche, and Jordan Clarkson we will actually move as well, I think. So we also have Noor, Leandro Bolmaro, Jared Vanderbilt, Omaha Belu. So that's cool with me. We will have 1 more season of not being so great, and then we will go all in the season after. I will see if I can move Jordan Clarkson for something. And so the Clippers are also interested in Jordan Clarkson. We will go ahead and do that. We give them a second. They give us that Phoenix unprotected pick and Musa Diabaté. So Sexton is up to an 87, Vanderbilt's up to an 82, Okche is up to a 79, and Conley regresses 2 points. So we will go ahead into the next season. All right, so for this season, we're going to go ahead and start Omaha Belu as our starting center, and then we'll also go ahead and drop Lowry into the power forward role. So it's going to be Mike Conley, Colin Sexton, Jared Vanderbilt, Lauri Markkanen, Omaha Belu, with Malik Beasley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Okche Okbaji, Moses Brown, and for those 10-man minutes, I will go ahead and give them to Jaden Bradley because he was their 16th overall pick. So go about 13 there. We're just going to try to develop the young guys this season. Can go about 15 to Moses Brown because I don't know if I plan on keeping him. We can go about 20 there, 25 there, and then about 25 to Beasley too, who I might also move at the trade deadline just because he doesn't really fit the timeline, or I might keep him till the end of the season where we can go ahead and try to get an upgrade and go all in with all those picks. So that's your starting lineup for the season. I believe system proficiency was somewhere around, it was 3.5 stars, but Omaha doesn't really fit because he hasn't played anything yet. So we will go ahead and simulate. I don't mind if we're bad. We do obviously have a ton of picks. So we've got this Warriors pick, we've got this Cavs pick. I don't believe we have our own 1st-round pick this year, which hurts a little bit, but what can you do? So we will go ahead and simulate this season. So I'm looking at Malik Beasley trades, and his value must be super high because we had offered Davion Mitchell from the Kings, which I thought would be hilarious. I'm not going to do it. Obviously, you'd have another D Mitchell in Utah with Sexton. I just thought that was funny. I thought I'd point that out. But the trade we're actually going to be doing is this one over here from the Grizzlies. So they got Amari Bailey at 11, who I think would be a great fit alongside Sexton. We'll move Sexton over to the 1. And I like that a little bit better because I don't like undersized 2 guards. And his playmaking has improved. So we will go ahead and do this trade. We're giving them Malik Beasley and Mike Conley, and we're getting back Amari Bailey and Henry. So we will go ahead and make that trade happen. We'll go ahead and drop Sexton down to a point guard where he actually goes up to an 89. So things are getting a little bit crazy here in Utah, but we will go ahead and make his backup position a shooting guard, and we will go ahead and simulate through the rest of the season. All right, so we don't make the playoffs. We're the 12th seed. I think Luka's won 3 MVPs in a row, which is just insane. But we will go ahead and just skip through the playoffs because we don't have any interest in them. Did any of our guys make an All-NBA team? They did not. So we didn't have anyone on the All-NBA teams. But if you look at this, all defensive first team for Omaha, which I was saying he was shooting horribly, but usually dudes that perform like that in the sim are really good defenders. And as I said, his defensive badges are crazy. So going into year 2, we hope he can be a stud. Mobley for the Cavs is defensive second team. Of course, we get Omaha on all-rookie first team. So we will just go ahead and simulate the playoffs, see what happens. I can't even see Cleveland in the playoffs, so I don't know what happened there. I guess not bringing back Desmond Bane. Did they actually bring him back? So the Wolves win another championship in this video, by the way. Edwards is your finals MVP. So I just want to see if Cleveland brought back Desmond Bane, which they did. But if you see what I see, they also brought in RJ Barrett, which I don't know how they did that. Did they sign you? Looks like they might have. I don't know how they had the cap for that. I mean, I guess Evans is not on his max contract yet. But so you have Garland, Mobley, Allen, Mitchell, RJ Barrett, and Desmond Bane, and you don't make the playoffs, huh? Yeah, so the Cavs went from winning the championship to the 11th seed in one season. No idea what happened there, but regardless, they're not our problem anymore. We will move on. And the Thunder have our pick at 7. So we will go ahead and go through this. I think we have someone else's pick, but I did want to fire Will Hardy just because I want to start winning now, and his ratings aren't very good in 2K. So we will go ahead and remove him. And we will go ahead and try to sign Mike Malone. So we don't get Mike Malone, but I did give Willie Green a deal too, just in case we did not get him. So that is good by me. So we will go ahead and go straight to the draft. And so we do actually have the 8th overall pick. So I'm not sure what happened there. That might be a 2K glitch. I don't know what's going on exactly. It might have been lottery protected. But I might actually look at trading this pick. ZZ Clark is still there. If you know, you know, he develops really well in most sims. But if I was to try and move on from these 2 guys, we still have the 17th overall pick too from the Warriors, which is exciting. So no one wants the 2 of them. I didn't mean Sexton, pardon me. I did mean Lauri Markkanen and Nikhil Alexander-Walker. So we could get Brandon Ingram, which I would like a lot. He's on the last year of his deal. That's the only trade offer there is. We would also get the 5th overall pick. So I think we will actually go ahead and accept this trade, shake it up a little bit, go crazy. And we still have one more pick, so we will go ahead and see what we can do here. So I think it's at 17, it said. So Glenn Higgins is still here. He's an overseas guy. I don't know if any of these guys are real. So we will go ahead and take this guy. He's only 18 years old. So you can see your draft summary there. He is the other guy we traded for is a 77 and he is a 73. So that's cool with me. Qualifying offers will extend to all of these guys. And then the only one I'm super worried about bringing back is obviously Jared Vanderbilt, but we will simulate through here just so we can get him on a proper contract. So he has a 1-year deal from the Thunder, nothing real. So we will go ahead and give him a 4-year deal worth about 18.5, see if he accepts that. And he does, cool. So I think our roster's looking pretty good for next season. So we have Colin Sexton, Jaden Bradley, Amari Bailey, and this Marty guy, Brandon Ingram, Okjay Okbaji, Jared Vanderbilt, Musa Dibate, and Omaha Belu. So we're hoping obviously he can progress. I don't think this is a championship team. We might have to wait 1 more year for that or 1 more major trade. So we will go ahead and go to player progression, see what happens. So pretty much everyone progresses, which is exciting. Brandon Ingram's actually plateaued at an 85, which is a little bit concerning. Maybe that's why they wanted to move him. How was he? I didn't even check, which is a big mistake on my part. He only put up 15 points, which is a little bit scary. So he's been declining every season pretty much, but his efficiency is still really good. So hopefully we can just mess with his shot tendency, get him to score a bit more. Jared Vanderbilt goes up, everyone else goes up. So that's really good for us. So I'd say the rebuild's going pretty well so far. We have Sexton, Bailey, Ingram, Vanderbilt, and Belu, with Okbaji, Bradley, Brown, Elohim, and Bolmaro off the bench. So obviously not a championship roster just yet, but we will go ahead and see what they can do. There might be a trade to be made at the deadline, maybe not, we might need one more season. So I'll be back with you guys in just 1 second. We are going to shake it up here because I don't want to wait around for these guys too long. We'll be doing these 3 players for James Wiseman and Kuminga because they are more ready right now. So we're going to get a little weird with it. We'll run Kuminga at the shooting guard. So then that makes our rotation look like Sexton, Kuminga, Ingram, Vanderbilt, and Wiseman, with Okbaji, Elohim, and Brown and Bolmaro off the bench. So we'll go ahead and simulate the rest of the season, see if they're any better, and we'll see what we're going to do. We're actually 4.5 star balance, so that's very exciting. I'll see you guys shortly. So we finished as the 12th seed. I thought maybe we'd go up. I'm pretty sure Luka's won MVP every single season, which is just insane. So we'll go ahead and simulate this playoff, see what happens, and then hopefully this is our final off season. So the Cavs are back. They're the 1 seed, but they lose in the second round, and Cade is your finals MVP. The Pistons beat the Spurs in 7 games. So we're actually going to go ahead and do this trade. It looks like De'Aaron's fallen off a lot, so we're just going to go ahead and give them the 6th overall pick for De'Aaron Fox, and then we still do have some more picks in the lottery, so De'Aaron can either start for us or be a backup point guard, just depending on how we want to do it. So it looks like this guy, Harvey Poole, might be the go. He's 21. This is an auto-generated class, by the way. Unless we can get a crazy offer for this pick as well, I wouldn't be against that. Also, I might have just messed myself up because we do have some free agents. I don't know if we can bring him back with De'Aaron, so I might have to move on from him as well, which a little frustrating. I should have thought about that, but I just saw the name and I got excited. I'm not really seeing anything that I love. So I would go ahead and make a trade for some future picks. We'll grab more from the Suns because it looks like they're not great. And we will go ahead, and I think this is our last pick in the first round, so we will just go ahead and make that one, take the best guy available. Second round picks, I don't really care. So let's go ahead and get out of here. So we will accept this guy and this guy, all 3 of them actually. They're all pretty good overalls. Team player options, we don't have any. Do we have any qualifying offers? Of course, we'll give it to Kuminga, and then we'll see how many guys we have to bring back. So Sexton, obviously, Ingram, obviously, Kuminga's restricted, and Okbaji's unrestricted. So like half of our roster is essentially free agents, which is a little bit scary, but we will go ahead and see if we can get this done. So we will go ahead and lock up Sexton long term, and then we'll do the same with Brandon Ingram. Give him a little bit less length on his contract because he's getting older. So we do sign those 2. That's exciting. And then we'll see if we can grab the other guys after moratorium. All right, so Kuminga, we're obviously going to bring back. We'll give him a 5-year deal worth about 25. We're going to be so deep into the luxury tax, it doesn't even matter. We'll definitely bring back Okbaji. We'll give him about 18. And then they're the only ones I'm really worried about. So we get Kuminga. Do we also get Okbaji? We do. So do we have anyone else left that I worry about? So Donovan is a free agent. Moses Brown, he's been pretty good for us. I'd bring him back as a backup, so we will go ahead and possibly sign him. Leandro Bolmaro will try to bring back. He said he didn't want to come back because he wasn't happy, but we will see if he's changed his mind. What does that say? We don't actually have enough. So how much can we actually give him? It's about 7 mil. Can we go over for Bolmaro? We can't. So we'll just go ahead and hope those guys do accept the qualifying offers. I think we were able to give it to both of them. If not, I'm not too worried about it. So we will go ahead and see on the last day. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we do have enough players for next season. We're looking pretty good. Might try to get a backup big, which would be good if we could get back Moses Brown. So Donovan actually leaves to go to the Trailblazers, and it looks like Evan Mobley stayed. You can see Colin Sexton's actually a higher overall now, which is pretty funny. So it looks like we can offer Moses 7 mil. We'll see if he accepts that. And if not, Obi Toppin's just sitting here. He doesn't want a lot of money, so I would give him about 5 mil. So they both accept that. It's not going to let me sign both, so that's fine. We'll just go ahead and take our guy. So we'll go ahead and go to player progression. So 89, 86, 85, 85, 84, 83. So we're looking pretty good. Everyone's getting better, which is exciting. We might be good to win a championship. We might have to make one more trade for another star. We'll see. So before the season starts, we're actually going to do this trade. This is mainly for me because I really like Jimmy, you guys know that. But we're going to move Kuminga back to the 4, start Tyler Hero at the 2, and then have Jimmy as an extra player off the bench. He's more ready now than this Isaiah guy, and we'll also give them one of our remaining top 10 protected picks, which I'm okay with because now we will definitely be good. So we've essentially turned into a fantasy style rebuild, but that's fine. This team looks like so much fun. So Sexton, Hero, Ingram, Kuminga, Wiseman, Butler, De'Aaron Fox, Okja Agbaji, and Moses Brown. I just wanted to try and get them both championships in this video, so it's whatever. I will see you guys in a second. We'll start simulating. I'll just muck around with some shot tendencies, and I'll see you guys in the off season. So Realism's out the door. We're just having fun now. We're going to make a super team. So I was offered Scotty Barnes. I'm going to go ahead and go crazy, put him at the 2. We also get Van Vliet, so we're going to do that. I was also offered like Devin Booker, things like that. Also DeJounte Murray, which is absolutely insane, but we will go ahead and see what happens now. So we would be, they want to start De'Aaron Fox. We're going to keep Colin Sexton in the starting lineup. So Colin Sexton, Scotty Barnes, Jimmy Butler's now starting, Jonathan Kuminga, and James Wiseman, but we will go ahead and start Brandon Ingram. So off the bench, we'd have De'Aaron Fox, Jimmy Butler, Okja Agbaji, and Freddie, who I think I'll move with Moses Brown to get another elite bench player. This is just getting out of control. I gotta do it, man. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what this has turned into, but we're gonna go ahead and bring Kawhi Leonard to the team, man. So let's go ahead and see what the new rotation's looking like. So like I said, they want to start some different dudes, but we will go ahead and go Sexton, Barnes, Ingram, Kuminga, Wiseman, De'Aaron Fox, Jimmy Butler, Okja Agbaji, and Kawhi Leonard. This is scary, man. If this team doesn't win at all, I don't know what to say. So we've already gone ahead and used up pretty much all the picks they acquired, but we will go ahead and do this Jakob Poeltl trade just to solidify the bench. So if this team doesn't win at all, man, 2K is just busted. Either that or it's going to be a 2004 Lakers scenario, but we've got Jimmy Butler, De'Aaron Fox, Jakob Poeltl, and Kawhi Leonard off the bench. We will actually go ahead and give Kawhi those minutes. We'll go about 20 there, 25 there, 30 there, 30 there, and then we'll just up all of these guys, 35 to those 2, and 31 there, 31 there. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We should win it all, should. And for some reason, we dropped to the 4 seed. Luka's won MVP every single season, so do we get anyone? We don't get 6 man of the year, that's fine. So hopefully this isn't even stressful. It just goes through and it's all smooth, but it's 2K, so it's most likely not going to happen. Too many good players on one team. So we did get Scotty Barnes on all defensive second team. So we are, as I said, the 4 seed. So regular season, Sexton gave us 18, 6 assists on 50, 40, 88 splits. Scotty Barnes gave us 28 and 5 on 48, 36, 78. Brandon Ingram, 16, 5 on 50, 40, 90. Kuminga, 16, 6 on 50, 40, 74. 16, about 9 and 2 blocks from Wiseman. Jimmy off the bench gives us 12.5 and 6 on good efficiency. De'Aaron gives us 13 and 5 on good efficiency. Kawhi gives us 10, 2 and 2 on good efficiency with almost a steal. And then Poeltl gives us 6, 5 and 1. So I shouldn't even really have to worry about this one, but of course that means I will have to keep going to the right because I keep thinking with the Cavs. So we have the Spurs here in round 1, which we should win. Like I said, we don't have any 90s necessarily, but we do have a lot of good players. So naturally I'll lose in the first round. You can't make this garbage up. So anyway, that's about all from me. We'll see who wins it all. The Rockets beat the Heat in 7. So as you can see in 2K, a team that good still doesn't win it all. Not very realistic, even though they are a bit older. I don't think anyone's beating that team in a 7-game series. So anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. Probably a bit of a longer one. Bit crazy when we got towards the back end of things trying to rebuild the Jazz. We should not have lost in the first round, but hey, it is what it is. It's 2K. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.